He famously lives in the same modest Omaha house he purchased in 1958 for just $31,500 and still prefers McDonald's for breakfast. With his relatable habits and easy-to-understand wisdom, it's no surprise Warren Buffett remains incredibly popular with the general public. Investors, too, admire his remarkable track record, more than doubling the average annual return of the S&P 500 since 1965. An unmatched achievement. Simply put, when Buffett speaks, everyone listens. With that in mind, here are some of the most valuable pieces of financial advice Buffett offers specifically for the middle class. Pay yourself first. Buffett isn't the first nor the only person to recommend paying yourself first, but he's certainly one of its most vocal advocates. Buffett approaches this common financial advice through wise budgeting. As he famously puts it, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." The core idea behind this philosophy is straightforward yet powerful. If you wait until the end of the month to see what's left in your paycheck before saving, chances are you'll find very little, if anything, remaining. Instead, by setting aside your savings immediately after you get paid, you're forced to budget effectively with whatever remains. This disciplined approach ensures you'll consistently build your savings. Initially, adopting this habit might feel challenging, especially if you're not accustomed to strict budgeting. But over time, you'll discover your spending habits naturally adjusting. Soon enough, saving first will become second nature, creating a secure financial foundation to support you during both prosperous times and economic downturns. Eventually, you'll experience the reassuring peace of mind that comes from knowing you're building wealth consistently. Reduce your unnecessary expenses. On the topic of budgeting, Buffett emphasizes that a significant key to financial prosperity involves reducing unnecessary expenses. He strongly believes in spending intentionally rather than frivolously. How exactly do you determine which expenses are truly unnecessary? Buffett suggests the simplest method: create a tighter budget and challenge yourself to stick to it. Doing this exercise forces you to prioritize your spending, quickly highlighting expenses you genuinely value, and identifying costs you can eliminate without diminishing your quality of life. This practice not only reduces needless expenses, but also reveals how much money you can realistically save, even with a modest income. Many middle-class individuals feel trapped, convinced they don't earn enough to save meaningfully. However, by following Buffett's advice, flipping the equation upside down and cutting expenses first, you'll likely discover you can save significantly more money than you ever imagined possible. Invest in the S&P 500. It's true billionaire investors like Buffett enjoy advantages when selecting investments. However, this doesn't mean middle-class individuals lack profitable opportunities. According to Buffett, one of the simplest yet most powerful investments available to anyone is the humble S&P 500 index fund. Remarkably, the S&P 500, accessible through inexpensive exchange-traded funds (ETFs), consistently outperforms professional money managers. Morningstar reports that the S&P 500 has surpassed the majority of U.S. large-cap fund managers for 14 consecutive years, a stunning achievement. This straightforward approach led Buffett to repeatedly advise, consistently buy a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Keep buying it through thick and thin, and especially through thin. Buffett emphasizes consistency in investing. Rather than attempting complex strategies, he suggests middle-class investors leverage the simplicity and historical reliability of the S&P 500. By investing steadily over time, even moderate savings can accumulate substantial wealth. Patience, consistency, and trust in historical market performance are central to Buffett's advice here. Avoid consumer debt. Another essential principle Buffett advocates is steering clear of consumer debt. If you budget prudently and consistently spend less than you earn, you naturally avoid falling into debt traps such as credit cards and high-interest loans. Buffett himself openly shares his preference for using cash over credit, stating, "I have an American Express card, which I got in 1964, but I pay cash 98% of the time." Though this might seem old-fashioned, Buffett's insistence on using cash keeps him mindful of spending. Consumer debt often compounds quickly, and even modest debts can spiral out of control, severely limiting financial freedom. Avoiding debt or managing it carefully provides stability, reduces stress, and lays the groundwork for long-term financial success. If cash management helps Buffett stay wealthy, it's certainly valuable advice for middle-class households as well. Invest in yourself. At the 2023 Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting, Buffett was asked about the best investment anyone could make. Without hesitation, he replied clearly, "The best thing you can do is to be exceptionally good at something. Whatever abilities you have can't be taken away from you. They can't actually be inflated away from you. So the best investment by far is anything that develops yourself, and it's not taxed at all." Buffett famously illustrated this point to students, saying, "I would pay you $100,000 for 10% of your earnings for the rest of your life," emphasizing the immense value inherent in an individual's future earning potential. According to Buffett, investing in yourself, improving your skills, expanding your knowledge, and pursuing educational opportunities is among the most valuable decisions you'll ever make. Such investments provide lifelong returns no market downturn or economic turmoil can erase, positioning you to capitalize continuously on your strengths and opportunities. Live frugally, not miserably. Finally, despite his strong emphasis on disciplined budgeting and wise financial planning, Buffett reminds us of something critically important. It's essential to live a balanced, enjoyable life. If financial discipline makes your life miserable, what's the point? Buffett advises focusing on long-term goals rather than immediate gratification. Equally important, however, is balancing frugality with enjoyment. Achieving financial independence doesn't have to mean constant deprivation. Instead, it's about cultivating a sustainable lifestyle that lets you pursue passions and enjoy life's simple pleasures without compromising your financial security. Buffett himself embodies this balanced ideal perfectly. Famous for modest spending habits and disciplined planning, he genuinely enjoys his life, from daily routines to simple pleasures like his favorite breakfast. His life demonstrates that being financially responsible doesn't mean sacrificing happiness. Diversify your investments. Buffett also advocates for diversification. While he's known for his strategic focus, he advises middle-class investors to diversify their portfolios to reduce risk. By spreading investments across different asset classes, sectors, and geographies, investors can protect their wealth against market volatility and unforeseen economic changes. Diversification, according to Buffett, is a simple yet powerful strategy to maintain long-term financial health and stability. Ultimately, Buffett's advice isn't about becoming miserly or overly strict. It's about becoming intentional with money. By spending wisely, investing consistently, avoiding unnecessary debt, and continuously enhancing your skills and knowledge, you create a financially secure life filled with enjoyment and meaning. Remember, wealth isn't just a number. It represents freedom and opportunity. Adopting Buffett's straightforward yet powerful money habits allows middle-class individuals to take meaningful steps toward financial security and lasting prosperity. After all, as Buffett consistently reminds us, simple habits practiced consistently lead to extraordinary outcomes. A message everyone, regardless of income level, can embrace and benefit from.